Hey everybody, it's Hop from Hop's Metal Show. I'm Hopper.
Larry Love.
We're gonna try something new today. We're gonna do actually music from The Elder by Kiss. I figured we'd try this. Me and Love had talked about it and had neither one of us listened to it till this point, and it's quite an interesting album. I can understand why I never heard nothing about it, but we're just gonna give you some facts, and Love's gonna read you a story about what the album's about, and then we'll do a track by track review, which should be quite interesting. But I guess the first fact is it was music from The Elder was released on November 10th, 1981, over 37 years ago. It was produced by Bob Ezrin, which produced Destroyer and co-produced Pink Floyd's The Wall. Do you even put it in the same category as The Wall?
No.
I mean, yeah, the only thing that makes it even remotely like The Wall is a concept album.
That'd be about it. The concept album, and it's not a good concept album.
And it was Kiss's 9th album, which is pretty impressive that they're still rolling, but nothing like the rest of their stuff.
Nothing like the rest of their stuff.
And actually, these are facts that Love's hearing them for the first time today too. So I did research for a couple different websites to get some facts on the album, stuff that people might not have been aware of. But it said that Simmons said that this was going to be Kiss's Sgt. Pepper's album.
Okay. Okay.
And in case y'all didn't know, Lou Reed was brought in as a co-writer on 2 songs. And I know Love, he talks about Lou Reed some. I think he's a fan.
Yeah, and actually when I wrote my stuff when I listened to it, I made a comment about Lou Reed in my writings, and then to find out that Lou Reed was actually did some of it, made understanding then. But it was not the Lou Reed I expect.
And I don't know if Lou Reed was brought in because the writing it needed that much help, or I have no
idea either.
Why he was brought in. And then when the band presented the album to Casablanca, the reaction was complete bewilderment. Imagine that. Mm-hmm. Also, the fans weren't any more understanding. I mean, can you imagine if you'd have bought this thing the day it come out, being a Kiss fan?
And then hearing it, yeah, it was, because it's not like any Kiss album that they had ever made before.
Oh, nothing. I mean, nothing. And it's like a Kiss fans stand behind this album, and they trash, like, man, I get so much crap for Generation Swine.
Right.
Metallica gets all the crap for Saint Anger.
This could be one of those.
Yeah, this is definitely Kiss's clunker, I think.
Yeah. They never made gold. And
if you want to comment and you think you got a good excuse why this is a good album, I'd love to hear it.
Put it in the comments.
It's comment section down there. That's what it's for. The original release, if this tells you anything, the song order was altered, making it even more senseless because there was no hits. I mean, you heard how it opened up. We actually going to review the 97 version, the way it should have been.
And the one I have is from after it was remastered and the way it should have been.
Yeah. And then, but there wasn't no hits. The hits were put at the beginning, so then it's a concept album. So then it's not even, it makes less sense.
And you see why they put The Oath as the first song, because that was the only song that was, in my opinion, that I actually liked.
Well, it was a more rockin' tune.
Yeah. Versus Kiss, it actually felt like Kiss.
Versus the first track that's on there now. And
Fanfare.
I was talking to Love, and me and Randy talked about this, me and String. This was the first album Eric Carr played on.
And the last for Ace Frehley.
And can you imagine Eric Carr gets probably, he thinks, the greatest job of all time.
To play with Kiss.
Yeah, to play with Kiss. And he goes in the studio, and this is what they're working on.
That's what they make. And he had no opinion on being to change anything.
Yeah, that too. And it's like, you wonder what he's thinking, like, what in the hell did I just get myself into?
Yeah.
But some makes me wonder, Gene, if Gene was even there, or who was there, and Ace was upset, and because that's what it says right here. Ace got so discouraged on being outvoted, like Love said, 2-1, he quit showing up for sessions because he knew it was so bad, and they were pulling his guitar licks and.
And after I read everything I had wrote, the only thing that made the album, in my opinion, was Ace Frehley's guitar work. I mean, that was the only thing that was viable to the whole album.
Yeah, if there was any way to save it, that was the only thing that was going to save it, and it still couldn't.
And it still couldn't save it. So,
and BNC quit showing up for sessions, and this album was actually his last album, which don't shock me.
No, it's not. It's not.
Gene and Paul just pretty much run him out because after they got rid of Peter Criss, like you said, it was 2-1 vote.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, every time.
The band was now not what they were when they first started.
Yeah, definitely. The first 4 studio albums, after that, is kind of up and down. Well, a whole bunch. And it says the story was wrote by Simmons in a Beverly Hills hotel.
Probably all cooked out of his mind, thinking it's a story within his brain.
And then you're thinking, man, it's like, God, this is going to be the greatest concept story ever.
No.
And I don't get it. But I figured, well, this is a good time. We're going to do the list. I actually got a couple responses from some people that were on Hop's Heavy Metal Hard Rock page. If you're looking for something to do and do some chatting, go on there and leave some comments, or if you got any ideas, yada, yada, yada. But Mike Griever put, "It's a real turd. A World Without Heroes was the only video I ever seen, and it was pretty bad. Just an opinion." Jared Bowman, what Griever said. Randy Hartman said, "It's a good album, not a good Kiss album."
I wouldn't even go that far.
Yeah, Randy, you're giving it more than I gave it.
You can tell you're a Kiss fan.
But we still love you, Randy. And Mike May said, "Awful. I will always respect a band trying to stretch their boundaries, but this was a big mess. Luckily for them, they recovered and salvaged their careers for more years to come." And everybody pretty much didn't have a whole bunch good to say about this album.
Not very many people replied, so that tells you how many people even gave it a chance to even listen to it. So.
And the only reason I probably got through it all is because I had this idea to do this show.
Yep.
And I honestly gave it 3 listens. I wanted to give it an honest opinion. I mean, I don't know how many listens Love gave.
I went once through.
I remember.
But I did listen to Fanfare because I started it and then put it aside for a little bit just to kind of, and then I re-listened to it and started it over again. And then I realized it was exactly where I was going with it to start off with. So
I remember when I gave Love this idea for this album, he texted me at work because I had already listened to it through, and he texted me at work and he said, "I just want to make sure we're on the same album." He's like, "Is the first song Game of Thrones music?" And I was like, "Yep, you've nailed it." I said, "Oh, it just keeps getting better too." And he texted me back. He said, "My word, second song."
It's not just a boy. It's just a boy.
It's not any better. But all right, so we're going to set up the album. There's actually a story that explains what the concept, the album is supposed to be about. I'm going to turn this one over to Larry Love and let him do a little reading.
So the basic plot of The Elder is it involves the recruitment of a young hero, the boy, by a council of elders who belong to the Order of the Rose, which is the song, a mysterious group dedicated to combating evil. The boy is guided by an elder caretaker by the name of Morpheus. The album's lyrics describe the boy's feelings during his journey and training, how he overcomes doubts and becomes confident and self-assured. The only spoken dialogue is at the end of the last track, I. During the passage of Morpheus, he proclaims to the elders that the boy is ready to undertake his odyssey and move forth into the world. And
and I actually meant to tell you this too. There is some Kiss fan in England. This was, I think, 2 or 3 years ago, that there's a trailer for the movie, The Elder, and it says inspired by the Kiss album, The Elder. And it's a big budget production. It's not little. I don't know if it ever came out or if it's a film festival trailer, but go in there and check it out.
All right, I'll have to, because we played in the park LARPing
because there was, from what I understand, there was plans. It was supposed to be like The Wall, like any concept album. Right. It was supposed to be a movie along with the album, but The album was such, like Mike May said, it was such a big mess that there was no way he was going to be able to pull a movie out.
And if they had to remaster it from the first, and if it was, scrambled,
it would make no sense.
it would have made no sense at all. Even trying to follow it in the order that I listened to it, you could tell there was the way it was going, but it's just jumbled and just.
Yeah, it's. I can't even imagine, because like you said, we actually heard the way it's supposed to be, and the people that bought the album brand new, it's like, it's bad enough that it is what it is, but you're sitting there thinking, well, you ain't. You're like, what in the hell?
Yeah, because the story would make no sense at all from where it starts to where it ends, so.
Well, and they said they went from, they went through the whole disco era, and this was their chance to revive themselves with their old school fans, because they had done sold out to disco and all that.
Right.
And then they released this, and they said, it was enough. A lot of the fans said that's enough.
Yeah, and I can see why. And with when I was reading, it was right around with Unmasked and Dynasty, around that era, the early '80s, and it's out of all those, it's definitely the worst one. So.
Oh yeah. But all right, so we're gonna do a track by track. I decided to do. I don't know if Loves would do a thumbs up, thumbs down, but I'm gonna go ahead and do a thumbs up, thumbs down, and I've got a little bit wrote about each song. All right, track number 1, Fanfare, written by Paul Stanley and Ezrin, I guess the producer, and it's an instrumental. The song reminds me of something that you'd see introducing a king in a cartoon.
Yeah, I'll give like what I was after when you do yours, and I'll go behind you with it. But that's what you felt with it then.
Yeah.
What I wrote was I was expecting hobbits to come out. I wanted to get my dice out and roll a 20 to slay the dragon.
So I give that song a thumbs down.
Yeah, it's.
All right, second track, Just a Boy, wrote by Stanley and Ezrin. You see, we're on a roll here. Second song wrote by the same people.
Even though it's Gene's dream, but Paul wrote the lyrics for it. So.
Yeah, I'm not even sure where this song's even going. I mean, Paul's singing. I mean, it don't even fit him at all. I mean, I don't even have nothing. There's nothing I can even explain for this song.
And I like that we haven't done any notes or talked about comparisons yet. I wrote with Just a Boy. It's just a boy. Wow, guess they thought if Zeppelin could do it with talking, that they could do it also. Paul's vocals, very high pitched, but the guitaring was good in the song.
Yeah. Well, that's like there's some good lead work. I mean, I thought.
Yeah.
But Paul Stanley plays. He sings that. All right, track number 3. Oh, well, I'm giving track number 2, thumbs down. All right, track number 3, Odyssey, wrote by Tony Powers. And I looked him up. He didn't do a lot. I was surprised they even brought him in. But this one's sang by Paul Stanley also. Paul sings like he's in a big band or orchestra. Guitar sound is only good thing in the song, I think.
I wrote the piano intro. One of the lyrics is in a far-off galaxy. Well, yeah, that's Middle-earth or Star Wars. A child in the sun, glistening stars at the rainy pain of the crashing cymbals. Yeah, that's pretty much what I wrote to that. It was, again, with the very bad lyrics, in my opinion. We ready for our thumbs on that one then, too?
That's thumbs down for me. So it's not starting out good.
No,
we're
it's
3
not.
songs in, and I'm still not.
I'm still not impressed yet.
Only You, track number 4. It's okay compared to previous 3 songs, which probably ain't saying a whole lot because the first 3 songs aren't much at all, but still not great. It's a little more rocking on this song. And this song was wrote by Simmons, and both Simmons and Stanley sang this song.
And I wrote, the guitar starts, that dun dun dun, you are the night, you are the way, just again, bad. The bass licks though I did like the bass licks within the song. but we're ready for a thumbs on it too, huh?
I'm not really sure what I don't have a. I'm going feud. I'm gonna go. Scudder, we gotta be getting into something. I might give this one a thumbs up.
I'm not. But one of the lines is, "I can't believe this is true." That's within that song, and I wrote, "Yeah, wow, so true, so true. I can't believe this is true."
I mean, yeah, I'm pretty sure I went thumbs up. I mean, I'm not gonna. I guess I'm not. I'm more neutral. I try to find something good out of everything, but the first 3 songs I had, I tried and tried. Even get 3 rounds.
3 rounds through it, and you still
couldn't. All right, track number 5, Under the Rose.
Oh, we're getting into the order of the rose.
Man, Simmons and Carr were writers. Eric Carr, come on. And Simmons sang. And from what I remember, this song was awful. I didn't like this song at all. I said, don't care for any of the song. It sounds generic. And you remember it had that choir that sang in the background?
That's what I was getting ready to say. Paul's theatric voice with the choiring. It was too much. It started again. Eric Carr doing like the marching drums to it, though I did kind of like that. But I like the guitaring towards the end of the song also. But that's whereabouts I am with Under the Rose.
So where we going?
I'll go half.
Oh. So Love liked that song a little bit more than I did, because I didn't care for it at all. All right, track number 6. We're getting into some Ace Frehley stuff, so you know we might be getting a little bit better. There might be hope. Dark Light, wrote by Ace, Simmons, Anton Fig, and Lou Reed. Ace sang it, so you know if he sang it, it's probably a more rocking tune. I said the song. You remember the song had that Jaws intro?
That's crazy. That's what I wrote too.
And it was like
our minds are so much alike.
The first time I was like, that's just nuts.
Insane, man. That's funny that we both.
But once it starts, it's not that bad. It is a typical Ace song. I mean, it almost sounds like stuff that Ace did in his solo career. But yeah, I like that song. I could dig that song.
I wrote Little Pix the intro. Thought it was Jaws about to attack, and then I wrote, did Lou Reed sing with this on this with this album or with this song or helped with it? And then the lyrics is Dark Light, Dark Night, I'm Batman. So I guess it's time for thumbs on that.
Oh yeah, I'm giving a thumbs up.
No.
Miss Ace.
I know. I'll give it a half again. I'll give it a half.
All right, here comes the one they released. This is the song they picked to release.
And they did a video for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you ever go watch the video?
No, I didn't. I didn't know about it until we were talking about it.
Oh, I thought I told you to watch it, but yeah, maybe I told String to watch it.
Yeah,
but it's pretty harsh.
I'll have to go back and watch it.
Yeah, it only take one time. You
Yeah.
only have to watch it one time. All right, World Without Heroes, wrote by Stanley, Simmons, Ezrin, and Reed. Sang by Simmons. All right. This song, to me, it sounded like a Donna Summer song. It almost sounded like Gene was dating Donna Summer.
I'm trying to get away from that disco, but, that little hint.
Yeah, it's not a good choice of songs to release. I mean, the song's bad, the video's bad. And it's 7 tracks into the album is a song you release.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't happy with that song.
I wrote, like the start until it started singing. The flow of the song was good. It reminded me of something else, though. And it was probably that Donna Summers, like that dance. I just couldn't put my finger on it.
Because we know the disco era was fading out.
Fading out, and so.
So I'm giving that one a thumbs down. What do you got?
I like the start, so I'll at least give it a half.
Love's being pretty easy on the album, too.
A little bit. I'm trying.
All right, track number 8, The Oath, written by Stanley, Ezrin, and Powers. Stanley sings. And actually, I don't know if Love knew this. Well, I don't know if a lot of people knew this. Paul plays lead guitar on this song, and Ace plays bass. Where was Gene? Where was Gene Simmons? Yeah, Gene was off being the next big
He was
Hollywood star that he never became.
He was in the hotel still thinking up how this
Yeah,
was going to do.
He was writing a story for this. The movie. He was
Yeah, he
probably
was
writing
plotting the
movies for
movie. He
him.
was getting the copyrights for it already.
Yeah, he was already figuring out so no, he couldn't get ripped off. I actually like this song. It's a rocking song. It reminded me of Kiss.
And I wrote, the start was cool. It sounded like Kiss. The vocalings was a little high pitch, but that's Paul.
Yeah.
It did. It sounded like a Kiss song, and out of all the songs, it was the one that I actually put like in parentheses that I really actually liked.
Is it because Gene wasn't there?
I don't know. I didn't know that Gene wasn't there, so
You know, that's crazy. But one of the best songs on the album, Gene wasn't there.
Gene wasn't even playing it. So
But all right. So what'd you give that one?
I'm giving it a thumbs. Man.
gave
I'll
it
give
a
it 2
thumbs
for that
up.
one because that was
Yeah,
my
I
favorite.
might-
That was my favorite one
That's
off the
probably-
album. So
yeah.
I'm giving it 2.
I got one more that I'd say was a good album. I mean, good song. All right, so Mr. Blackwell, wrote by Simmons and Reed, sang by Simmons. I said this song has no direction, just kind of bland.
I had a bad feeling from the get-go. You're not well, Mr. Blackwell. Go to hell. We can go to the lyrics and search that song for a long time on that. It was. The lyrics was horrible. The way it was sang, I did not care for the
So
song.
you don't think it was a lot of time spent on that?
No,
that song? It's probably thrown together in studio. All right, so
And if they were like going to hell, if it's a concept album and they're supposed to have like this whole Middle Earth feel to it, hell would not be the concept
Yeah.
of the underworld.
all right, so I'm going thumbs down.
Thumbs down.
All right, track number 10, Escape from the Island, wrote by Ace, Eric Carr, and Ezrin. It's an instrumental. Just sounds like a practice jam, no direction, reminds me of a filler song.
Yeah, Prison Alarms at first, very long intro, but the cool drumming and the bass and guitaring, I did like the flow of it. It sounds like Rush in a little ways, what they were trying to, and I guess with the concept album, Rush was known for their doing a lot of concept albums. I guess that's what they were trying to go for with the drumming and the guitaring within the song.
Well, and it might have been because, I figured Paul and, Kiss has been around a long time, so maybe Paul and Gene, that's why there's no direction there maybe.
Yeah.
Because Eric Carr's new to the scene, and Ace he's a guitar player. He writes his own stuff, and I still think it was a filler song. All right, so I'm giving that one thumbs down.
Thumbs down.
And just-
I'll give it a half. I'll go half again. Because I did say that I liked the way the song, but yeah, it just sounded like it was something they were just.
Yeah, just there. All right, so track number 11 is called I, wrote by Simmons and Ezrin. Stanley and Simmons sing it. Ace don't play on this song, which I was surprised because it's really guitar oriented, but I guess he had had enough by the time they get in the lesson. And I thought it was a very cool riff. I think this is one of the best songs on the album. The ending is what it is. It's
They
like
finished it where they started it with
yeah.
the fanfare song.
I wish they would have made that another track. Because
Just as a finisher, because they started it off with that 1 minute song
Yeah.
of that. They should have finished it as the last song.
Because
but I guess it
who
just.
wants that track with that crap at the end?
Well, who wants that track twice? I guess that's why they put it on as the end
Well,
of the
I
song.
guess that's true.
And I wrote, I don't know. I believe they could have left this one on the cutting floor, the whole album. Freddie Mercury, Crazy Little Thing called Love, like it was choppy. It almost had like that feel to it, in my opinion, because that's what I wrote here. And then they ended it like they started it with the fanfare. So, and I'll do my closing after.
All right, and I'm giving this one gets thumbs up for me.
I'm going down.
And yeah, like Love said earlier, this is all new to us. We didn't even compare notes. We just did track by track on how we felt about this. So you want to close it up for anything?
My in closing was Ace Guitaring was about the only thing that I liked through the whole album, and I could see why Ace left. And I would have rather have listened to Chinese Democracy again. It was Ace's last album, go figure, and Eric Carr's first one, so he had no say in what they were doing. So to come in and have to do this as your first album, I felt, hey, he stuck through it for a while though afterwards. So
I don't know. Did you like doing it this way? Did you like just
I did,
breaking one
and
out
I liked
long?
how we didn't compare notes and how some of the things that we thought was we were actually compared the same, and the whole Lou Reed thing. I didn't know about the Lou Reed, and I'd even wrote that on there. So that was kind of cool. I thought.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind doing another one.
I would definitely.
Or even an album that we've heard of, or if anybody out there wants us to give a review on an album of their choice, or they want to be on here and review an album with me, or Love, or String, or Randy, just leave comments, comment section down below. You know the usual, subscribe and like. If we might do some more of these, I guess we'll see what the reaction is and how it is. Got some other ideas.
I like the first, not just going into it new.
We might actually do the Lou Reed Metallica.
Okay, I have listened to some of that, and I
have you?
I was.
Yeah, I haven't listened to it. I heard it's
pretty
rough. Yeah, that's what I heard. But anyway, we're gonna go ahead and wrap Hops Metal Show up. Give a shout out to Eugene Bear. He's letting us work in the Broadway co-working building.
Green screen.
Yep, we got the green screen down here. Anybody interested? Let me know. I can give you Yogi's contact or Eugene's contact information. And seriously, if you are, just give me a shout, text me, or leave something on Facebook, Hops Hard Rock and Heavy Metal page, or just leave something on YouTube. I guess we're done with this review. We're out here.
Have a good one, y'all.